Hello and welcome back to LazArcade with me, BSF Gaming. Apologies for the long wait between streams, but today we are back with the AMC Round 6 Series 5 at the High Speed Ring in the Nissan GT-R Group 4. So, Series 5 of the AMC has concluded. We are now on Series 6. However, what with all the admin delays and holidays and time off, we are massively behind. So, we will be getting underway with catching up. As always, AMC is Andy's Man Club, a male mental health charity here in the UK. They provide support groups up and down the country and with an ever-growing amount of locations. Any and all help for them would be massively appreciated. If you would like to donate, please drop a message in the comments. I will send you the QR code. Or vice versa, you can just go straight to their website and do it that way. If you would like to get involved in any of our series, again, leave the comments. You can hit us up on the PSN network under the gamer tag BSF Gaming, or on the Facebook page BSF Gaming, where once again I'll send you the working links to the Discord. Get set up, and I'll send you any and all info that you need to get involved. AMC runs every Wednesday at 8 PM UK time, where we kick off with a 15-minute sprint race followed by a 1-hour endurance race with reverse grids. Qualifying will precede that for 5 minutes, and should anything happen, we do have some contingencies. We can start a little bit later if somebody lets us know in advance. So feel free to get involved, raise some money for some lovely people, and just enjoy yourself. Our partner is Joe Edwards Property. They are leading providers of training and mentoring services for property businesses. If you'd like to start your own property business, again, drop a message in the comments. I'll send you a working link to their pages. They have multiple locations up and down the country for stays of all kinds as well. So if you're looking for an apartment or a house or whatever, for hen parties to family holidays to whatever, get in touch. Could save yourself hundreds of pounds compared to hotels, and stays again range from whatever you require. Fantastic news as well. Last week we have partnered with Dubby, the energy drink nutritional supplement company. They have sent us some wonderful gear, so stay tuned for following videos where I try this and either make weird faces or weird noises. I have tried one of their items today, the Pine Berry Splash. That was absolutely gorgeous. And again, if you're interested, there is links on our Discord. If you would like to order anything and get 10% off, use the discount code LazArcade. 10% off all orders there. If you'd like anything else information-wise, please give us a shout. On to business. Today, High Speed Ring, Nissan GT-R Group 4 High Speed Ring. We'll have the sprint followed by the endurance race. So, qualifying on pole is BSF Gaming, followed by Shugs, Axel, Poster Boy, Steve O'Roon, Harvey, Fordy, Womjo, Liam, Diva, Riley, Jock, and Jeff at the back. Let's get all the info up because I'm used to that. We will get underway with race 1. A fantastic start from Jeff. Jock getting a really slow launch. Diva pulling to the right. Not a fan of turn 1 crashes. Jock coming from the rear, having to have a slight lift. Doesn't want to get involved in any major shunts. Bit of lag bouncing around. We'll switch to Riley, who is going for a big move on the outside. Liam up to 11th. Everybody through turn 1 and 2 quite cleanly. Poster Boy and Fordy going door to door. Poppy Cat having a hiss because Bella's in her bed. Bye bye Bella. Oh, and somebody in a massive crash there. Poster Boy getting turned around by appears to be Riley. Diva getting caught up in that as well. I'll have to see that on the review as I was looking away from the screen. Liam with the... is that Liam but laggy or is that Jock laggy? Could be both. Womjo down on the low line. Liam going around the outside. You can hear Jock screeching away in the background. It is Jock with the lag, unfortunately. Womjo with the double slipstream pulling it to the inside. Harvey helping him out by switching underneath Stevo, and that might just pull Womjo through as we head back to Jock, who Womjo, Liam and Fordy coming together on the exit of turn 1. For Jock having to have a big lift there. Diva miles back still. Jock up the inside. Liam just having a little nudge. He's backed out. Gives the place back. That is one of the rules. If you make contact with your front bumper, do just give it back. And there again, Jock taking Fordy out, and with no redress, that will be a penalty. Unfortunately, Fordy with damage from that as well, so that's quite a hefty penalty coming in the way for Jock. Liam and Womjo going again door to door. We're going to switch to the external cam because this is a hell of a fight and I can actually see more of the track. Harvey up the inside of Stevo. Liam going for the switchback, cuts underneath but not in the slipstream train. He will slowly drop back and have to filter in. If you can hear banging in the background, I do apologise. I've got major gas works currently going on and they are digging up the concrete path right outside the house. Fantastic timing as always to do anything. They've not got here until 2 minutes ago, so fantastic guys, much appreciated there. Stevo going underneath Harvey, but Harvey with the higher line on the banking will keep that minimum corner speed and drag away and actually set himself up for a good move. Axel closing the door, but Harvey getting up the inside. Ahead of that, Rune and Shugs going side by side, nose to tail on the exit. Up ahead, Jeff hunting down BSF on the racing soft tyres absolutely destroyed. We're only 2.5, nearly 3 laps into this race. BSF up the high line there, little graze of the wall that's going to let Jeff go back underneath. Jeff with the mediums should be able to go considerably longer on this. Dropping back, Shugs has managed to hold off Rune for the moment. Harvey has Axel chasing him down into turn 1 through the high banking. Behind them, Stevo is held off Liam, and another big slide from Liam. Womjo up the inside, jockeying that fight as well on the outside. Womjo sliding underneath Liam. Liam with the switchback, Jock with the switchback. Poster Boy also going to get a decent run and slipstream through. The door starts to close. Jock with another touch up on Liam there, but 3 wide into turn 3. It's absolute mentalness. Some of the guys on hard tyres here, they're playing the long game, going for probably the whole 15 minutes here without making a pit stop. So Diva also on the hards, Riley on the softs, not as bad as the leaders. Who's that? Womjo on some mediums, Jocks on mediums, Steve-O on some softs. BSF is into the pits. So BSF's tyres absolutely mangled and cooked after 4 laps, is that? So he's having to make a pit stop. Womjo though, up the inside of Jock and making that through turn 1 as they all slide up the track. Get that corner slightly wrong and you catch that wall on the exit. Oh, and Jock going deep, but manages to get it arrested just in time. Womjo defensive as Jock gets that catapult off the corner. Running deep into turn 3 again. Poster Boy now on some hard tyres, making his way forward as everybody else dies, and Jock there really wide in the background loses a few places, and so does Womjo as Poster Boy slides his way up to 7th. Back in the pack, Liam on some softs making a move, Jock on those mediums just floating around. Riley, Diva at the back now on those hard tyres, fired up on temperature, just sticking with the pack. Knows he doesn't have to make any bold moves just yet. Still have this race length to go. Excuse me, BSF on some hard tyres now and on a mission. Fordy having to pitted and repaired the damage from that lap 1 or 2 crash, lap 1 crash, unfortunately miles off the back. Jeff is all on his own up the front here on those mediums as they start to wear down. Jeff will need to just manage them a little bit towards the latter half of this race. They're at the 50% mark. Axel being followed by Rune, and Harvey and Shugs side by side. The top, well, 4 out of the top 5 literally throw a blanket over them. Shugs backing out as Rune goes down to the pit lane. Harvey follows, so that allows Axel to go through. Shugs dropping back off of Axel momentarily as the 2 between them pit. Womjo going down low underneath Steve-O. Steve-O's tyres absolutely bangled on that front right. It's going to make turning to the left, which is every corner on this track bar 1, maybe 2, depends if you count that kink towards the last corner a corner. But it's going to make turning left incredibly hard. Womjo does slide through. Riley is behind them, and I believe that was Poster Boy going for the full send. It is Poster Boy with a full send up the inside of Steve-O, getting the switch back, going to the outside. Oh, Steve-O sliding as he turns that left-hander under the tunnel. Steve-O's gonna have to bail here if he's gonna keep any sort of position. Oh, tap into the wall. Jock, ouch. Jock's pinning Steve-O against the wall. Steve-O picking up a penalty for that with the wall contact. And here comes the rain. BSF is back up to 6th. Having made that pit stop, he is absolutely on a mission. Underneath Poster Boy, up to 5th. And as the rain comes down, these 4-wheel drive machines may well have enough grip to perform admirably, but they are going to suffer on those racing tyres. Riley, having stayed out on softs as well, running high, suffering with the understeer on every left-hand turn again. BSF just chasing them down. Shugs ahead on the hard tyres. His tyres absolutely crisp as well. Axel on the mediums burning low, and Jeff down to about 30%. May well have enough gap here to hold on. Axel down into the pit lane. Shugs on the hards staying out. BSF up to 4th, flying along, and in behind Poster Boy, Riley, Jock, Liam, Diva. Oh, Liam's disappeared. Liam's gone into the pits. So the field starting to spread out as people having to make pit stops, with the rain having gone for the moment. Riley in 4th, hanging on with no front right tyre. Could play a blinder here. 4-wheel drive will help him out, but he will suffer with these long corners. He can't get it slowed down enough. Poster Boy on some hard tyres in 6th, going on the outside. This is where Riley will have some grip on the right hand turns. Switching back onto the left, and Riley, you can just see him sliding out wide as that front right just cannot grip the track. Diva on the hard tyres as well, sliding underneath Riley, and up to 6th place. Harvey on the comeback, having pitted as well, has moved to hard tyres. With only 3 and a bit minutes to go, might have got away with some softs there. Diva though in 6th, he's going to drag Harvey along, and those two will want to work together to catch up to Poster Boy. Jock on the medium tyres, wear almost down to the canvas. We have Riley's down to 8th, so he's stuck out with those starting softs. Bit of a brave move. Shugs ahead on some old hard tyres from the start. I say old, they've only done 9 laps around a 1:18 track, but with a high degree of camber and a massive speed here, that front right absolutely crispy cream. Jeff on some mediums running up high, just got to keep it all under control for 1 or 2 more laps. Shugs chased by BSF. Poster Boy chased by Jock, who will be suffering a couple of penalties post-race. Wumjo up the inside of Diva. Diva with the good defence, but around the outside goes Axel, and Axel cannot get the run. So Diva's hard tyres hanging on perfectly. Wumjo on some softs. Axel's got fresh mediums now, followed by Riley, followed by Stevo and Rune, who were the 2 of the top 5 early on. These two now just trying to claw back some positions in the dying minutes. Or Diva getting swamped as the pitters come back through, and the clouds are darkening. Harvey up the inside of Wumjo now. Wumjo staying out wide. Oh, really wide, Wumjo. Really wide. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, and as long as he can hold that tight line, he won't get switched back on and just run out wide onto the curb. But Axel manages to go around the outside, and Harvey on the inside. 2 places down in one go there. That front right is now starting to hurt him a lot. Diva on the hards doing well. Riley on that very worn soft, sticking it out. Up at the front, Jeff is still miles clear. Down in turn 2, Shugs and BSF side by side out of turn 1. And BSF's underneath. Shugs, sorry, with the worn hard tyres, just losing grip in the dying minutes. This is the last lap now as the clock ticks down to 15. Final lap engaged. So somebody there at the back. 40 has just crossed the line on intermediate tyres. Jeff coming up to the last corner. His racing medium's absolutely mangled, but he's got a big enough gap to come home. BSF will now have a comfortable second with Shugs in third, but back in the pack. Here comes Poster Boy. He's not out of it just yet. Shugs will stay ahead in third because he's got the slipstream and enough of a gap, but Axel followed by Harvey, Steve-O and Diva side by side out of the last corner. We're going to stick with this battle. That is Rune going for the switchback underneath Diva. Diva with the slipstream side by side with Steve-O, and Rune gets the both of them. Riley manages to come home 10th on those ultra mangled softs. Jock on the mediums dropping back to 11th. Liam back there in 12th. So, finishing order. Jeff followed by BSF, Shugs, Poster Boy and Axel. Harvey, Rune, Steve-O, Diva, Riley, Jock, Liam, Bomjo and 40 there missing out on the last lap. Unfortunately, with that turn 1 incident just not having enough speed and time to get back. So as we load up race 2, we will take a quick pause and I will do the usual spiel. So again, this is the LazArcade AMC Charity Series, AMC being Andy's Man Club, a male mental health charity here in the UK, providing support groups up and down the country as well as many other services. They have an ever-growing amount of locations and any and all donations to that wonderful charity. Brilliant group of people would be much appreciated. Partnered with Dubby, the sports energy drink company I've got so much gear here from them. It is unreal. Supplements and everything for all your energy needs. Many flavors. If you'd like 10% off any orders with them, please use the discount code LazArcade, spelled as in the title of this stream. If you'd like to join us in any of these races or any details on how to get yourself some discounts on any of your orders, please drop a message in the comments. We'll send you some working links to the Discord and all the discount codes as well. Joe Edwards Property, our favourite friends, the leading provider of training and mentoring services for any and all property businesses of your desire. With a dozen or so properties up and down the country, all 5-star rated, stays of any kind and duration available. Do hit them up. If you'd like to start your own property business as well, the training courses, mentoring that they give you is top-notch, industry-leading. Give us a message. I'll send you the link to that website, or hit them up on Facebook. They're also there. Myself, though, BSF Gaming on Facebook and the PSN network. Please drop us a like or a follow, or if you'd like to get involved, just send us a message. LazArcade, the parent company server here running the show. So, reverse grid for race 2, the 1 hour endurance race. Nick the Greek, late to the party, will start on pole, followed by 40, Womjo, Liam, Jock, Riley, Diva, Stevo, Rune, Harvey, Axel, Posterboy, Shugs, BSF, and Jeff. At the back, we're just going to jump straight in because this is an hour long. It's going to be absolute mentalness. So, holding station with Jeff at the back here. Good launch. Starting on the hard tyres, BSF starting on the softs. Just sitting back. Jeff already up to 10th. Sliding his way through. Shugs going on the outside of Diva here. Oh, and a little bit touchy. All manages to hold on. Shugs with a good run now on Jeff. Round the outside into turn 2. Everybody looking nice and planted. And they all managed to get through turns 1 and 2 quite safely here. Jeff back down to 13th, getting swamped on the exit. BSF up the inside of Diva, just holding station behind Jeff there, looking for the switchback, and just motoring along. Everybody being very, very respectful on this first lap. No deaths or carnage just yet. Oh, and as I say that, Liam with a massive hit on Shugs into the wall there. Liam backing out and letting that place back to Shugs and losing 2 more in the meantime. Diva will be getting a good run here as well down the main straight. Just pulls out of the slipstream. We don't want to get involved in any of this mentalness just yet. Liam back up the inside of BSF, heading towards the main group. Shugs with another grind on the wall there. Got to be careful with the wall penalties. Up ahead, Liam following Riley here. Shugs on the outside. Riley with a big send on Stevo. Massive contact that collects Stevo. Jock. BSF smashed into the wall there by Stevo as he collected and span across the track. Massive damage for BSF there. That was not ideal. 5-second penalty just to add insult to injury for hitting the wall. Stevo managed to get away with that somehow. Very fortunate, but could be well a penalty there for Riley, having absolutely murdered everyone. Diva holding his own at the back, just taking it easy. Up ahead, the fight with everybody. BSF is into the pit. Fight with everybody into turn 1 here. Steve-O in the middle of what is going to be absolute carnage. If anybody goes, Riley tries to slide around the outside and does. Steve-O just getting a pit pinch. Shugs on the inside. Nick the Greek down the middle. And again, 4, 5, 6 wide contact as they all slide into turn 2. But this time, I think everybody manages to sort themselves out. 40 with a bit of a lunge. Steve-O around the outside and Nick the Greek. Jock just ahead, chasing down Axel, and I believe that's Poster Boy, it is. And Jeff is now up to P4. So, Jeff up to P4 from the back. BSF having pitted is at the back, switching to the medium tyres. Got a long way to go. 56 minutes to go. Harvey followed by Womjo. They two with a big lead as Jeff now goes past Rune up to P3. And underneath Rune as well comes Poster Boy and Axel in a slipstream train. Axel now pulling out to go around. Fakes it. Switches back underneath. Down into turn 2. Full send. Axel backing right out of that. Didn't want to pick up a penalty or get collected himself and drop him back. That leaves him vulnerable to Jock, Liam and Shugs around the outside of Nick the Greek there. We'll have the inside line for the next corner. Slots in between him and Liam. Steve-O has now got a 5-second penalty for probably hitting a ball, judging by that. Damage as well. Nick the Greek has got some rear damage. Somehow. Axel wall riding. Picking up a 5-second penalty. You cannot be wall riding. The wall penalties are very strict on this. And that will allow Liam, with a good run, back up the inside. And as you see, 4 wide behind. Soon to be 5 wide as they go into turn 1. 5 wide into turn 1. Riley down low. Nick the Greek, Shugs, Jock, Fordy all come out of that. Very well done. 40 up the inside, Liam. Oh, and a big contact from 40. Hitting Liam. It didn't get a wall penalty though, so manages to get away with it and no damage. So they all managed to go 5 wide through turn 1, but they can't go 2 wide through turn 2. It's a wondrous game, this. Nick the Greek right on the back of Shugs though. So Nick the Greek on some softs. Axel serving a penalty well off the track. May well pick up a track limit penalty for that if you're not careful. 40 sliding back past Axel as he serves that penalty. Here comes BSF and onto hard tyres now. Nearly half a lap down is BSF. Jeff is back to the front, Harvey having pitted, so Harvey will drop down to 14th place as everybody races past him. Womjo with a 5-second penalty, so he's hit a wall somewhere. Shugs going up the inside. And Jock bouncing around, nearly collecting the wall. So Womjo's going to drop all the way back to the rear of this pack momentarily. Nick the Greek up the inside of 40. 40 recovering quite quickly up to 9th. Diva still hanging around. Oh, and here comes the first yawn. Oh my Jesus, I forgot about yawning. Talk too much and yawn a lot. So there you go, boys and girls, the first yawn of the stream. Get your shots and your beers out, chug away, do what you want to do. If you're not interested in drinking games, just play bingo. You can have round the outside, you can have up and under, switchback, and whatever else that you fancy. Let's all have some fun. Nick the Greek now with massive damage all over and a dead front right tyre. 5-second penalty as well. So he's come off catastrophic in the last lap or so. Moving backwards quickly. Diva starting on those softs. Oh, and Nick the Greek has lost it, but maybe kept it out of the wall again. I don't know. He's just dropped to the back of that gaggle. Behind him, Rune has now pitted for soft tyres. Axel for mediums. Harvey's gone to intermediates. Womjo is on softs. BSF is still on those hards, on his way back to the pack. Still half a lap down though on Jeff, who's turning in 1:16.17s, just keeping a steady lead over Poster Boy. As they head into turn 1, the rain does start to fall. So Harvey with some intermediates may well have played a blinder here But momentarily, Poster Boy's right on the back of Jeff, down into turn 2. Jeff with the tight line, Poster Boy holding the better minimum speed through the corner. So head down to turn 3. In the background, Jock there with Shugs all over the back of him. Poster Boy sliding through on the hard tyres, following Jeff also on hards. These two getting those hard tyres out the way early on. All 3 dry racing compounds are mandatory. Jock with the lag is making my head hurt, so we'll switch to Shugs in this battle. Shugs also on hards, so is Jock, so is 40. Steve-O's on mediums, having served his penalty earlier on, is back to 6th. Riley's picked up some front bumper damage, he's up to 7th. Rune, having lagged around a bit, is now in 8th. He's pitted, I believe. Axel 2, and the rain sort of falling. I think the windscreen wipers have just stopped. So heading down the front stretch, Harvey pitting in off of those intermediates. The rain didn't come enough, and those are absolutely mangled already. Leo, having pitted on the last lap, now flying along on some medium tyres. We'll see what Harvey switches to as he comes out of the pits. He's now on mediums as well. We have lost Nick the Greek. So Nick Greek turning up late to race 2, leaves after less than 10 minutes. However, at the back of this field then, we have... well, BSF is up to 10th. At the back is Harvey, having just made that pit stop, so he's got a long way to go, and he's now over half a lap behind Jeff in the lead. Diva, having switched to intermediates too, may well be a little bit early. These two taking a gamble. Liam in 12th, chasing down the leading packs. Wumjo on those softs, he's got a bit of damage. BSF 10th, still turning in 111s. He's on a move back towards the front, having picked up nearly 5, 10, 15, 20, 24, 25 seconds over Jeff in the last few laps. We've got Riley here in 9th, following along behind Axel and Rune. Down into turn 3, windscreen wipers temporarily on some cars and not on others. Rune lagging around again, just gets a door bang from Axel there. And as they all come through the tunnel, Rune again, the moisture on the track is building. BSF up the inside. Rune lag, bounce all around the outside, and into the pits goes Axel and Rune. Jeff is also into the pits, so BSF will go through with Riley. Poster Boy stays out and is miles ahead on his own. Rain down in turn 2, not that bad for the moment. It's a little bit heavier than the main straight. Very greasy, so you just got to keep the tyre temperatures up and make the most of this while you can. Liam decided to stay out as well. 40 is the first of the intermediate runners. He's got a 3-second penalty. Jeff up on it, down to 6th. He's gone to intermediates. Diva on his intermediates went a lap early. They are very worn, but he's up to 7th, followed by Rune and Shugs. Jock. Devo's gone to full wets. Axel's on intermediates. Poster Boy is into the pits. Harvey's back to intermediates. and Wumjo on full wets. The poster boy into the pits. So is BSF. Those two having a stonking lap going in. Riley also in. Liam will follow. That will put Jeff back to the front. And on those intermediates now. Oh, he's going to come out right alongside Poster Boy. Poster Boy nearly manages to retain the lead there. But Jeff will just pull out a gap now, running down towards turn 2. Rain still falling. It's getting wetter by the moment. Rune up to P4 now. Shug's going for the move on the inside. Sends it down. Jock with a massive slide. Oh, he's into the wall. Jock, massive slide into the wall. Manages to avoid taking anybody out. That is some heavy, heavy damage. And a 5-second penalty just to add insult to injury. Axel with, oh, who's that? Riley with the wet tyres. Kicking up some dirt. Harvey on his way back. BSF has gone to full wets. Liam as well. Wumjo on those full wets from the lap before. Doing good. Just chugging along. Keeping in touch with those in front. Switch back. BSF up the inside of Jock, who's got that damage and is on the intermediates. Holding the high line. Going to get the better run. BSF will drop into the slipstream. Down the main straight. Pulls out alongside and just drives right by. Following that, Harvey, well done, pulling out, giving him a little tow. Harvey and Riley looking at the move potentially on Axel down into turn 2. Oh, there's a bit of a bum tap. Riley getting all crossed up. Oh, and that's Steve-O in the wall. Steve-O has planted it in the wall. Massive front damage. 10-second penalty for hitting the walls there. Riley with a big lunge, can't make it into turn 3. But managing to hold on is BSF up to 8th, following Harvey. Harvey with a good run as Axel with a massive slide into the tunnel. Harvey looking for the switchback. The intermediates starting to wear on Harvey there. I think he might have gone a lap early. Again, trying to get that undercut. Up in the leading pack, Rune, Shugs and Fordy trying to hunt down Poster Boy. Poster Boy chasing down Jeff. Jeff now just trying to extend that lead as quickly as possible while he's got the chance. Harvey with Axel side by side, BSF in behind. Gonna be nearly a lap down at one point around the outside of Axel. Axel's on the inside, not going to have the same grip as those wet tyres, and those wet tyres are driving around the outside. Down into turn 3 we go. Crossed up under brakes, sliding it in, drift style. Chasing down Harvey, who is almost onto the back of Rune. So Rune's had a bit of a slow exit and dropped off the back of Shugs there, and is now right in between the two groups. That's helping drag everyone back up to them. Or down at the back, that was Riley having a spin, collecting the wall, picking up a penalty. Steve-O staying out on those tyres. He's going to use the boost to catch back up. Diva as well, just chugging along, hoping that you can get back to the front. Axel on the outside, Liam down low. So with a massive run, he's going to get the switch underneath Harvey, up the inside. Oh, and backs out of it at the last moment. Harvey hanging it around the outside. Massively close to smashing the wall. With that, he gets past BSF. Or holds the BSF off, one of the two. And BSF down low on the curb. I'm going to get back out as Harvey switches to the dry line. It's a bit early. Using those intermediate tyres to his advantage. BSF down low. Harvey up high. Harvey following, I think that's Rune. Rune with the lag in the silver. Chasing 40, and Harvey with a massive run. Just blasts past the both of them. BSF up the inside. He's going to follow Harvey. 2 by 2 they go. Noah's Ark style into turn 1. BSF with the bump draft with Harvey. Those two are going to drag their way past 40, past Rune. 40 looking for the switchback into turn 2. Can't do it. BSF holding that inside line. Rune going up high. Nearly clipping the wall. Liam did clip a wall somewhere. He's picked up a 5-second penalty. Massive speed into turn 3. Nearly collects Rune. In behind them is Jock and Womjo. Jock and Womjo having a really good ding-dong. Those two haven't caught back up. That's Liam serving the penalty, just whizzing backwards there. Steve-O with the damage is at least onto the back of the pack now. Riley is almost out of fuel, and the track is starting to dry. Diva on the intermediates there, just churning in a couple of 119s. Just keeping himself closing in. Doesn't want to do anything too extreme just yet. Jeff and Poster Boy. Poster Boy has caught up to Jeff. Jeff either making a mistake or just consistently slower in the wet. Poster Boy doing a brilliant job of closing down that gap. Shugs, BSF and Harvey in the train behind with the rest of the field. Jock up the inside of Womjo. Steve-O making it 3 wide into turn 3 with a late lunge. Nearly makes it stick. Jock getting all crossed up though, side by side with Womjo, nudging him just out the way. Steve-O just following in behind. Liam closing back in after serving his penalty last lap. These lot all side by side, ding dong in. That's Rune all the way down to 8th place now. Rune not enjoying the last couple of laps as everybody just blasting past. And he's going to get swamped here by again. There's 4 cars gaggled behind him. If he doesn't, he does slot in behind 40. But if you're not careful, you sit out of that slipstream just too long, the other cars around you will not let you back in the train, and you will lose places hand over fist. Down into turn 2 we go. Oh, that's Womjo up into the wall, I believe. It is. Womjo's into the wall. Caused himself some damage. Ahead of him, Jock has got damage too, so he'll be just holding on. Steve-O's got damage, so 3 cars with damage. Liam running bingo on fuel. Diva also picking up some damage there as well this lap, so not an ideal stint for him. Womjo 7, that penalty will drop him to the back of this little gaggle for the moment, but BSF is up to 3rd. Past Shugs, but Shugs is now returning the favour on the exit of the corner. And these guys just slowly 121s, 20s, just dragging their way back towards the front if they can. Just got to keep this pace up, working together if they're going to go catch them leaders up. Harvey constantly in the 21s and 20s, hanging on to their coattails. Axel flying along behind. Going down into turn 2. BSF holding the higher line with the wet tyres. Just wants to keep them alive a little bit longer. Shugs on the intermediates will now have the tyre grip advantage. With that tyre grip advantage will mean that an extraordinary amount of lines become available, and in the background there was Steve-O going off, manages to keep it out of the wall. Well done, Steve-O. So Rune back up to 7th there. Axel following in behind Harvey. Oh god. Shugs up the inside. Those intermediates starting to wear down as well, but the wets of BSF holding on just a little bit better for the moment. Harvey's intermediates absolutely perfect compared to Shugs, who has now absolutely killed them. So Shugs is going to be worried if he can't make headway. So Jeff and Poster Boy ding-donging around, gaining and losing time on each other, but still quite close to each other. BSF back into 3rd, Harvey through on 4th, Axel 5th now, Rune up to 6th, Shugs has gone massively backwards down to 7th. Diva staying out is up to 8th for the moment. In behind, Womjo's pitted for some hard tyres. See how he gets on at turn 2. As long as he's on that dry bit, he's on a move. Liam on some wet tyres still, down in 10th. I think he's just pitted to repair damage. Steve-O's gone to hard tyres, so 40's into mediums, Jock's on mediums, and a 10-second penalty. So he's hit a wall somewhere, probably hitting the wet patch. Riley down at the back, and BSF is in, followed by Harvey, Axel, Rune, Shugs. So a whole host of cars in. The 2 leaders, though, staying out. So they're going to use their intermediates right the way down to the canvas to try and keep as much temperature, as much time loss down. BSF's out on mediums, Axel's on hards. Here comes Womjo, one of the first pitters onto dry tyres, making up a massive amount of time. Straight underneath Axel, up to 5th place. Down into turn 2, BSF down, oh, and that's Womjo into the wall. Just hitting the wet patch and skating up into the wall goes Womjo. So that undercut, albeit brilliant and gaining him time, he's now got to just hang this out. Oh, and he's into the wall again. More damage. Another 5-second penalty. Might be worth just getting off those hard tyres. Oh, and he's going to be in the wall again. That car just not turning at all. Serving the 15-second penalty now is going to be absolutely mental. BSF and Harvey not taking fuel in that stop means that they are coming out a long way behind Jeff, but they have jumped Poster Boy. Jeff and Poster Boy both having taken fuel. We're at the halfway mark. So here comes BSF. He's on the move right up behind Jeff. He's gonna have the overrun straight down the inside. Decisive move into turn 2, but That little half tank of fuel is going to be draining down, and that Jeff with so much more fuel can go longer and harder. Harvey has managed to get past Poster Boy, so has Axel. As Poster Boy came out just a few hundred yards behind Jeff. He's getting swallowed by the next group. Womjo is into the pits. Oh no, he's not, sorry. Jock is into the pits to repair his damage. So BSF and Jeff up at the front here. Around the final corner we go. Jeff in the slipstream. Oh, somebody into the wall there. It was Poster Boy has hit the wall. 10-second penalty, massive damage. Liam chasing Poster Boy into the pits. So Jeff with BSF, massive slipstream. Jeff should have the overrun here. Jeff in that slipstream. BSF holding the inside of the dry line, forcing Jeff the long way around. Jeff with a higher line now, looking to get the run off the corner into turn 3. Can't do it. BSF just holding the inside of the dry line again. Just parking the car on all the right pieces of the road for the moment. Jeff now with a good run up under the tunnel into the last corner. Thinks better of it. Through the last corner we go. BSF wheels on the wet curbs. High line for BSF. Massive run off the corner. Jeff in the slipstream again though. Here he comes. BSF holding down on the bottom of the dry line, right on the fringe of the wetness. Jeff having to go the high way around. Just isn't going to make it with the speed difference. Here we go, off for turn 1. Down into turn 2. Jeff looking like he might make it. Nope, not going to make it this time around. BSF just holding on again. In behind, Harvey and Shugs doing a repeat. Same with Axel and Fordy. This lead fight, BSF all over the curb. Just slowing the pace of this race down. Backing Jeff towards the rest of the field. Running low on fuel. Here comes Shugs. Shugs is on a mission. Oh, and sliding around on the dry and wet curbs. BSF again with Jeff. Jeff much closer this time. BSF down into the wet this time, allowing Jeff the whole of the dry line. Jeff just still not able to get close without the slipstream. Cannot get close enough. As soon as he pulls out of the slipstream, BSF down on the inside of the dry line, holding the line. Jeff with the switchback. But he's going to be on the outside of the corner for the next one. And BSF just holds it there, and again, that's it. Easy defense. Just cannot. Jeff just cannot go around the outside. The track is just not dry enough, wide enough yet. And as these two ding dong, Shugs is still on his way. Fordy and Axel sort of staying with him, but again, BSF running the higher line, getting the drag off the corner, and Jeff now with a much bigger run. He's going to have a longer slipstream up to the back. Shugs is chasing, but BSF down into the wet again. breaks the slipstream. Jeff just cannot get close enough without it. All the way through turn one, the track's just not dry enough and wide enough to make use of the extra pace. And again, down into turn three. Jeff looking for the move. There's a wet patch underneath BSF. And again, Jeff just cannot go there. As Shugs is now in on the party. And with Shugs now joining, here comes Fordy and Axel. So we're going to have a five-way battle for the lead here. Into the final corner we go. Once again, BSF highlight. Oh, and that's Axel into the wall. Manages to get away without a penalty. BSF down onto the edge of the dry line again, and this time it really into the spray, and Jeff follows him, realizes that he gotta stay in that slipstream or he's gonna lose a place to Shugs. Shugs now finding himself in the same position as Jeff without the slipstream, just cannot get past. BSF all the way down on the inside this time. Oh, just holds Jeff out wide. Jeff onto the wet patch, so is BSF. Shugs and Fordy go through. BSF now just on bingo fuel. He's got to be in this lap. Shugs has got more fuel, so has Fordy. Jeff as well. So these guys now from 2, 3 and 4 all going to be together. Fordy being nice and tight through the tunnel into the final corner. BSF holding that high line, dropping in low, and that's BSF off into the pit lane. So it's going to release Shugs and Fordy, but Jeff now behind the two of them will go 3 wide into turn 1, and with the double slipstream we'll go clean around the outside of both of them. And here comes Riley, having gone a lap down and pitted for fresh tyres. Sliding his way back in front, nicely done. Oh, and straight away out of the pits, Riley into the wall, damage. Not an ideal race for him. See the massive amount of speed. Oh, and Fordy's off into the wall. Oh, Fordy's off into the other wall. Oh, that's Fordy. Oh, and Fordy's into the wall now with rear damage as well. I'm going to watch Fordy. Is he going to hit another wall? No. Maybe. No. Maybe. Stuck on the wet stuff. Into the tunnel. He's got to go another lap with all that damage. But back to the leaders, Jeff and Shugs now on their own up at the front. Harvey in P4 with a massive gap to claw back. Steve-O, poster boy as well. Liam, Diva, Rune, BSF comes out on soft tyres with 20 minutes to go. That was Liam going slowly, I think serving a penalty. Diva, oh, he's gone high again, manages to keep it off the wall enough to avoid a penalty. Well done. Little graze though, and lots of damage. Jock with a 13-second penalty, so that's 10 seconds and a pit stop. He's going to come out miles behind anybody else. Riley, having that damage, is still quick enough to maintain pace with the leaders, as that was Jock serving his penalty, so he's now a lap down. So 3 cars are lapped down with 20 minutes to go. And that Shugs into the pits, and so is Riley. 40 serving his penalty from P3. So there's a very good chance that Shugs will still stay in P2, depending on how much fuel he has to put in. So the tyres are done. Fuel is ticking away. He won't hold on to P2. Steve-O and Poster Boy will... Oh, maybe. No. Steve-O and Poster Boy will go through. Harvey's picked up a 10-second penalty. And some damage. And here comes BSF from P6. So, full tank of fuel nearly. Steve-O and Jeff with just under half a tank. That could well be enough to get to the end. Oh, it's Harvey into the wall again. It's 20 seconds worth of penalties now. Poster Boy with a 5-second and some damage as well. So BSF up to 5th. Big slide into turn 3. Fully killing the crap out of this car. Massive speed being held all the way through the S's. Up ahead, Poster Boy and Steve-O both serving penalties. So BSF back up to 3rd. Harvey serving a massive penalty. He's going to go a long way back. There goes Womjo. So Harvey all the way down to 9th. Liam will not catch him in time. Axel's got an 8-second penalty, so he's had damage and a pit lane line penalty. 40, having served his massive penalty from 2 laps ago, is back to 11th. Jock currently 13th. So Divas into the pits. So those medium tyres of Divas all dead. Harvey getting off the hard tyres. Steve getting the damage repaired as well. We'll drop back to 10th. Oh, Poster Boy and BSF with a 5-second penalty for BSF. So BSF having hit the wall somewhere. It's cost himself 5 seconds, so all that time gained back on Jeff is now absolutely gone. And to be fair, that time gained almost nullified by the fact that this is now going to be another pit stop. And yet more tyres. So Steve-O is in as well, so he's going to get rid of his damage. Poster Boy carries on into the pits. Liam, 40, Jock, Axel. So top 4. Womjo and Rune, both with damage. Shugs all alone in P2. Jeff miles ahead, all on his own in P1. Just churning in those 118s. Nobody else can kind of match that just yet. Shugs with a 17.8 across the line last time around. Room with a 22, 21, 15 for Liam. 40 with a 12. Jock with a 12. Axel with a 13. BSF with a pit stop. So the middle of the field slowly working their way back forward, but huge time to make up, as Jeff is now already in the middle of this pack. He's past P11, so everyone P11 and down is now a lap down. Jeff has got to make a pit stop soon. Those tyres hanging on. He's got the fuel, so if he can just keep eking it out, he's not losing too much time. The longer he can go, the more he can cover off Shugs, who has gone to soft tyres. And he's just got to keep doing it. Just keep sticking in these 118s and nobody's going to get anywhere close to him. Shugs churning her in 117s. It's not enough to close in with the remaining time. Rune with a 20, nowhere near. Womjo with a 21, nowhere near. Liam with a 19, not even close. 40 with a 18, not even close. BSF with a 32 out of the pits. So, pace yet to be found. Here comes Jock with an 18. Axel with an 18. Diva with a 15, the only one making substantial headway anywhere on the track at the moment. And what with cars being a lap down, they are hugely holding everybody else back. Harvey going underneath Jeff, getting his lap back. Riley, the last of the lap cars. Oh, soon to be Womjo. So again, loads of lap cars just holding up the rest of the field from being able to catch back up to Jeff. And Jeff just doing what he's got to do, just holding on. No need to push it, no need to risk it, just hold on. Just follow that dry line as it starts to expand across the track. Hanging it out wide as we come down to the last 15 minutes. Jeff all on his own, Shugs all on his own in P2, nearly quarter of a lap behind, a whole sector down. It's about a third of a lap, to be fair. Over a sector down. We're looking at the gap, it's about 33 seconds. Rune a further 30 seconds behind Shugs. Liam even further behind that. Jeff is into the pits now. Jeff is into the pits with 13 minutes to go. So he's not going to have to put in as much fuel. He might have a choice of tyres or he might not. Don't quite know what tyre strategy everybody is on. Liam and Fordy looking at making good headway. BSF on the hards back up to P6. Jock, pushing his way through. Takes that 6th place for the moment. BSF back around the outside. Down on the inside for the last corner. Gets a big stop on. Just going to give him a run, but not quite sure how much of a run. Jeff is down to P2 now. So Jeff lost 30 odd seconds in the pits to Shugs and has come out in P2, but he's meters behind him. So Shugs is gonna lose the lead this lap around, and there's still a whole middle sector from Jeff to Rune in P3. BSF has broken past Jock this lap around. In behind, the whole of the midfield closing up. Steve-O, Poster Boy, Liam, Harvey, Diva even getting in on the back of this now. So what with all the lap cars all the lap cars now are back on the lead lap. Booster sorted itself out, and everybody 40 with a lean on BSF into the last corner. Jock hanging it out high. Oh, and people diving into the pits. So into the pits goes Shugs. Jock 40 as well. So a couple of them diving in. Harvey coming back. He's up underneath Diva. Liam underneath Poster Boy. Shugs is out of the pits, P7. He's going to be slow, so he's going to lose all the way to the back of this little train for the moment. And then behind, Riley is caught back up. Loads of tyre squealing. BSF now in third, hunting down Rune. Jeff is 10 minutes to go, miles up the road. So we'll see what time Jeff does as he pops across the line. This time a 17.4. Rune has damage, so there's no way he's going to be catching doing 20s. BSF on hards doing 18.2s. Not quick enough for everybody else behind now, with the exception of Riley in the 18s, 19s. Axel with a big run on the last corner. He'll catch up to the back of this pack quite quickly. 40 and Dingle 2. So Jeff nearly 30, so Jeff at 44 to 20s. 24 seconds ahead of Rune is Jeff, just doing the maths. BSF another couple of seconds behind. Behind him is Poster Boy. And the rest of the midfield coming through turn 2. 9 minutes to go. Pit lane is closed for the last 5 minutes in these AMC races. So O'Reilly getting squeezed as he runs deep. So around the outside of Riley is Harvey, I believe, in the red car. It is. Harvey's in the red car. He's got damage though, it's Harvey. Liam, Axel, Diva on the hard tyres with plenty of fuel. It's definitely going to make the end of this one. Somebody on softs, Stevo and Riley into the pits. Womjo catching up the mid-pack. So Poster Boy and Shugs have driven away from those behind. So Poster Boy and Shugs 17 and 19 respectively. BSF in the low 17s. Jeff with a 16.4. So those soft tyres doing a world of good right now. And with 6 minutes to go, or 7 minutes to go, everybody is gonna have to get ready to either do their last stop or hold on with what they got. BSF right up to the wall, taking the full speed. BSF is into the pits. So Jeff with a 16.4.5 staying out. Shugs staying out as well. So Shugs is back to P2. He's now 35 seconds down on Jeff. Liam up to P3. Womjo. Diva up to P5. Those hard tyres looking handy. 40 though in behind on some fresh mediums. Should take that spot nicely into turn 2. Down the inside he goes, just gives Diva some space. You don't want to wipe him out and pick up a penalty this late in the race. Jock on some soft tyres. Round the outside, gets pinched and just backs out. Steve-O up to P8 now. Got some fresh soft tyres on. BSF is on to some intermediates. Poster Boy's on softs. Rune's on softs. Axel's on mediums. Harvey's on intermediates. With a 3-second penalty, so that's not going to help him. Riley is also on mediums, fresh mediums. Jeff is pitted for fresh softs. Here comes Shugs, so Shugs is now quite close to Jeff. So we missed Jeff pitting there. Jeff onto fresh softs now. With a little over 4 minutes to go. And here comes the rain. Jeff sliding into the tunnel. Perfect time for that to happen. He comes out of the tunnel. The rain is all but stopped. So the dry tyres are still doing their job. Shugs through the tunnel. He's got a 10-second penalty. Wumjo third, Liam fourth, Diva fifth, 46th. Jock with a 10-second penalty. Steve-O with a 5-second penalty. BSF with a half-second penalty. So everybody, Harvey flying along in 13th, the only other intermediate runner. The track is drying out and Poster Boy down with Steve-O. More contact, more damage. Poster Boy and Steve-O heading, or Poster Boy's heading to the pits. Steve-O staying out. Poster Boy will be picking up a penalty after the race for pitting in the last 5 minutes, unfortunately. Jeff with the fresh softs is just holding on. Well, the rain is coming again. Rain is coming. It is hit, and Jeff into the last corner. Just having to hold on. Oh, massive, massive rain. The track is getting very wet very quickly. Shugs is serving a 7-second penalty now. Behind him, 40, Wumjo, and Liam all flying along. BSF also flying on his intermediates. Straight past everyone up into P2. 2 minutes to go. Jeff is... We'll do it from the 30-second mark. So Jeff is 30 seconds ahead, give or take. With 2 minutes to go, so you're going to get possibly 2 laps. 2 laps definite for the leaders. So anybody who crosses line with less than 1 minute and something to go. I mean, these guys are running with 25s, 30s, 35s. So no guarantee. Old Shugs is into the wall. In behind that, Jock's into the wall. Oh, in behind that, Steve-O is into the wall as well. 21.5 seconds worth of penalties for hitting the wall. I don't know if that was just all in one or not. Axel, 17 seconds worth of penalties. Wumjo with 8 as pitted for wet tyres, so he'll be picking up a penalty regardless afterwards. Poster Boy's gone to intermediates. Riley is crashed into the wall. Jeff with a 33 last lap around. BSF doing a 23, so 10 seconds. So Jeff will do from the 30-second mark again. We'll see how far they are behind. So down to 20 seconds. Track absolutely plastered. BSF flying along. Harvey's up to P3 and also on a mission. So these two pitting for intermediates for their last stop a few laps ago have played a blinder. They're very warm tyres, but Jeff is just holding on. Full traction control. Minimal input with the throttle. You don't need to lose it, hit a wall or do anything silly now. Into the last corner. It's gonna be tight, but he should be holding on. Jeff rounds the last corner. The yellow flag's out for Riley, I think, parked at the end. Jeff wins it. Here comes BSF in second. Harvey will finish third. 40 up to fourth, just holding on. Rune's managed to make his way back to fifth. Liam in sixth. Oh no, Tiva's picked up a penalty on the last lap. He's down to seventh, or down to eighth. Jock has gone up to seventh. In behind, Shug's serving a huge penalty. So the Diva will come home 8th, which is a great result for him. Shug's coming home in 7th. Very well done there. All these dry runners getting stuck with the rain at the end. Not checking the radar, not checking the time to go. We're just waiting on Shugs to finish across the line, and as long as he makes it without disconnecting, he'll come home in P9. Yellow flag's out for the track conditions, and Shugs comes home P9. So the final positions there: Jeff in first, BSF second, Harvey, your podium rounder outer, in third. Rounder outer, yeah, I know. 40, Rune and Liam 4, 5, 6, Jock 7th, Diva 8th, Shugs 9, Womjo, Steve-O, Axel 10, 11, 12. 13th is who's that? Poster Boy, Riley. 14th, Nick the Greek, disconnecting after 10 minutes in. So there was round 6 of AMC Series 5, Andy's Man Club Charity Series, all raising money for the wonderful Andy's Man Club, male mental health charity here in the UK, providing services all across the country with an ever-growing amount of locations. Please feel free to donate as much or as little as you can to support the wonderful people over there. Partnered with Dubby, the sports drink / supplement company. We have many free things from them to test out, so feel free to check back in the next coming days for some videos of testing their stuff. Again, I did try one of theirs earlier, the Pineberry Splash powder. That was very yummy. Thought I'd best test one out before I do the others, just in case it's absolutely hanging, which some of these things are. This stuff, very nice. Very nice indeed. So I will be putting out all the videos for them in the coming days and weeks. Unfortunately, it didn't stop me yawning all the way through the stream. So apologies for that, but I hope you all had fun. I am BSF Gaming. This is LazArcade. For now, stay safe, have fun. See you again soon. Ciao for now.